Okay, that was amazing.
We still have this residual stress.
Literally all I ever wanted in life.
I'm going to have like 12.
It seems to be full of fun things to do.
We're in Dublin.
We're in Dublin. So no Ubers were coming.
Yeah. So and there's no taxis?
It didn't quote as any.
What are we supposed to do? Do we need to start walking?
So as it happened, the answer was yes, we actually did need to start walking. Despite a taxi bringing us to the townhouse, there were no taxis or Ubers available to take us to the bus station. So we walked 10 minutes down the road to the bus stop, but 2 of the scheduled buses that were supposed to arrive just never did. Luckily, it looks like Uber came through. We have an Uber that's going to arrive in like a minute. A bit more expensive than we were hoping for, but like who cares at this point? We just need to get to the bus stop. ETA?
Says 1 minute. Says he's
down that way.
Just down the road. I'm not going to be relaxed pretty much until we get to the bus
Right.
to Dublin.
Right.
You're your own boss and all, so you know what the answer to.
Yeah, that's nice.
I didn't want to cook all day and work, come home, cook for the wife, and then go back out cooking at night.
Yeah.
Just want to say a massive thank you to Brian, our Uber driver.
He gave us lots of advice. He was a super cool guy. So thank you, Brian.
We almost got on a completely wrong bus. We had to come out of the station. It's out on the street here. It's the one we need. It's not affiliated with the bus center that we got dropped off at. Now we're here. This is the right bus. The biggest casualty yet, and one it's hard to joke about. Our microphone that we've been using right at the start of the trip here. This had to happen. It's broken. So that's wonderful. So yeah, leaving Belfast, our spirits were pretty low after an unexpectedly stressful morning. But as the bus continued to get closer and closer to Dublin, the landscape started to take shape, the sun finally came out, and by the time we got to the city, we began to feel hopeful that the rest of the day would be much lighter, much smoother than the morning. We made it to Dublin. This is nice. If this is the place.
I know, I hope that
So once we were all checked into the hostel, we started to make our way 35 minutes across town to the Guinness storehouse for a little tour of how the stout is made. But the entire time, there was just something we couldn't quite shake.
So now that we're in Dublin, Brian and I were both just talking about how we still have this residual stress. First of all, our microphone that was $100 broke, which is devastating after 10 days. I mean, it could be worse. We were saying could have been our leg or arm or something, but it is what it is. This is just something that we're gonna have to get used to. Every single day isn't gonna be perfect and magical. And we knew that coming into this. It's just hard to swallow, especially when part of your equipment is broken, so.
Yeah, I don't know, it just seemed like that last little bit of Belfast was
Stressful.
yeah. But when life gets stressful,
You drink like the Irish.
I think the best course of action after a day like today is to go drink lots and lots of stout.
I don't even like Guinness, and I'm going to have like 12.
That's all we care about, right?
Yeah, it's time.
Oh my god, we're on camera. Hello guys. Oh, we're on camera again. Okay, so as you come in, just start smelling those pods. There are 4 of them, as you can see, and they all represent key flavours and ingredients within. Do not worry, you will all get a sample. They're currently behind me on the bar. Before you come up and take them, 2 rules. Number 1, when you get your sample, don't drink it in here. Save it, bring it with you to the next room where we'll go through a guided tasting session. In my experience, they always work better when there's something in the glass to taste. So try and fight the temptation for now. The second rule is the legal drinking age in Ireland is 18. So if you look under 18 and we ask for ID, please don't be offended. If we do not ask for ID, please don't be offended. Okay? Whenever you're ready, come up, grab a sample, and head down either side of the bar to the next room. Everyone, glasses in the air, please, as high as they can go. And on the count of 3, we're going to say sláinte, the Irish word for cheers. 1, 2, 3.
Sláinte!
And drink. How nice are they?
There we go. Then you just go to the bar to get a pint.
Thank you.
Enjoy.
Thank you.
Now, select your picture there. If you're taking any videos, don't take it.
An Irishman just called me mate. It's literally all I ever wanted in life. He was just like, I don't even know what he said, like, have a good night, mate. And I'm just, whoa, almost fell off an escalator.
Yeah, he's pretty happy. I thought seeing Diagon Alley was enough, but
Yeah, but I just wanted someone to be like, hey, mate, you know, like,
I'll call you mate.
well, you are my mate.
Okay, we're gonna try to find the gravity bar.
Yeah. We've already been drinking a bit, but I'm not gonna fall this time. Well, the bar is beautiful, but literally nowhere to sit. We finally found a table. So, okay, here's the thing. You remember that stress Lauren mentioned earlier? Well, I was still feeling it even now. Everything that had happened trying to leave Belfast and our equipment breaking, for some reason it was still just with me, and it was very difficult to shake. But we got a seat by the window, and finally some color came into our evening, helped along by our friend from Serbia who we met and talked to for hours. And she really just made us feel very enthusiastic and optimistic. It's just interacting with someone else. It was exactly what we needed to get right back on track. And by the time we left and walked back into the city, we felt like a weight had been lifted and we were finally ready to just enjoy our evening in Dublin. Do you want to go to the panty bar?
No, I want food.
Oh. I want to go to the panty bar. I don't want to go to the panty bar. This seems to be like the most happening area.
Oh yeah.
It's really nice.
It's so busy on a Sunday too, I'm surprised.
Yeah, and just completely lit up and just seems to be full of fun things to do. Another thing I'm noticing that I really like about Dublin so far is this really is like you get those corner pubs where people are just outside chatting or
Yeah.
yeah, I mean it's Dublin, like
We're in Dublin.
we're in Dublin.
Should we go in?
Let's go. By this point in the evening, there was no more stress, no more anger. We were here, finally, in Dublin, in Ireland, excited to continue our adventure and embrace whatever was to come.
So our second day in the city began with some exploring, and then we made our way to the university for a very unique exhibit. It's called the Book of Kells, and it features many different examples of early writing and book publishing. The most stunning example is the book the exhibit is named after, dating all the way back to 800 AD. But the real star and the thing we were most excited to see was this library.
Okay, that was amazing.
It was. We were hesitant at first because we didn't know that you had to pay to go in it, but now we understand why. It was worth every penny. And we only have 2 days in Ireland. Tomorrow will be an exciting day, so we're looking forward to showing you that. But this was just a perfect thing to see in the city, I think.
Yeah, like, you see pictures of it and it looks amazing, like just the library itself, which is why we wanted to go in there. I had no idea that the globe was going to be in there, and it just added like so much more. It just like changed the space entirely.
Yeah, so glad that we went, and would highly recommend going to.
Yes. So one thing I've noticed is that everything over here in Ireland is written in both English and Irish, which is interesting because I know that most Irish people cannot actually speak their native language, but they seem to be preserving it. It's on street signs, it's on pretty much everything, so it's interesting to see it, even if we're not hearing it at all in the street. So our next stop was one that I was particularly excited about. As a massive MMA fan and fan of the UFC, I was looking forward to visiting the Black Forge pub, which is owned by Conor McGregor, a controversial figure, but nevertheless one of the most popular in Ireland. The atmosphere in the bar was pretty good. The food was all right too. Wasn't anything mind-blowing. I was curious to see how the Forge Stout tasted, and I'm happy to report it's pretty good. Tastes a lot like Guinness to me, but I'm by no means a connoisseur. But the real star that capped everything off was something I wasn't expecting to see. This is actually one of Conor McGregor's belts. Like, actually. So I'm the champ. Well, just the champ. I need the other belt. Cool.
We're taking a paddy wagon tour to the mountains.
Today is an amazing day.
Today really changed our perspective on Ireland.